Be time. It would be time to go live. Yes, yes, yes. Happy Thursday morning and welcome to Kevin at 7, where we help you find your superpowers and fulfill your purpose in life. And today we're going to talk about the BS test. We're so full of crap. So many people, so many of us are so full of crap. And today we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna actually dive into and address the crap that you have in your life and your business. And we're gonna talk about what it does to us. And it's kind of embarrassing because we have two cats. And I'm gonna tell you about something that happened with my two cats yesterday and today. It may have been happening before, but I didn't know about it. And yeah, it was, let's just say it was stinky. It was messy. So good morning, everybody. As you come on, make sure you post where you are and give the post a thumbs up. For those of you that are joining us we're also streaming live today on YouTube. Yesterday, we had a technical glitch with our camera, but today the good news is we're actually, I'm just going to give you a peek. I can't do it. For those of you that are on YouTube, I can't show you the camera you're on, but for those of you that are on Facebook Live, I just got this new rig yesterday. This is my new camera. Yeah, isn't that sweet? So this is my new camera, and so we're actually streaming live on YouTube from that camera. So kind of cool. I may be able to do Facebook Lives from it. I'm not sure yet, but I just figured it out this morning, and I was like totally stoked. It kind of took me a little bit off my morning routine, out of my morning ritual. I'll make that up. I feel guilty about that right now, but that's the way it goes. So good morning, everyone. Jane Mock from California. Good morning. For those of you that are coming on, tell me where you are in the world. I'm trying to see what's up. If you're on YouTube, if you're streaming, watching us on YouTube, also you can post in there where you are, but I messed up my thing and I don't know how to get it back to where I can see. There we go. So good morning, everybody. I see Jason McHugh, Raj. Good morning. Good morning, Michelle Beaver. Yeah, it's telling me to cancel. I'm trying to kick you guys off. No, I don't want to do that. Tom, Sarah, Julie, Jay. What's up, Jay McHugh? Awesome. Christian, good to see you. Tom Elkins, the Daily Eights. Yes, sir. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing this morning. So I've got a couple of them that I still have my Daily Eights. Here's my Daily Eights, and I still haven't done a couple of them this morning because I was playing with my new camera. Sometimes it just goes that way. But I'm excited to have you here. We're going to talk today about the BS test. Here's what happened to me this morning. My wife doesn't even know about this yet, babe. So I think you're watching. So when I came into my training room this morning, which this is my training room. So I call it a training room, not an office, because I train in here. That's what I do. I train myself and I train others. That's what this room is about. So I walked in here this morning and I have a red carpet. All right. So I have a red carpet that I exercise on. We bought it for me training for preparing for TEDx talks, which I've got a TEDx talk that I'm going to be doing in Santa Barbara in September. So I got this it's a round circle red carpet. It's part of the TED talk tradition. And that is there's a red carpet. You have to stand on the red carpet to speak. So I have it, and it's also nice and plush. So I train on it so I can do my I work out on it in the morning. I do my breathing. I do my meditation and all of that. I do a lot of my exercise when I roll out on a medicine ball, activate my muscles and all of that. So thank you, Sarah. Yeah, it's going to be Santa Barbara at the Libero. No, it's not the Libero Theater. I don't know where it is, but it's some theater there maybe it is, but I don't remember. But anyway, it's very cool, very exciting place in Santa Barbara, September the something, 8th or 9th. I'm not sure. So good morning, Stephen Loser from Scottsdale. Good to see you. So this morning I walk in to, well, let me give you a back thing. We have two cats, and when our cats are unhappy, when cats are stressed, they will do inappropriate behaviors. Like they'll pee where they're not supposed to pee. That they got 2 litter boxes. They're set up. We take great care of them. And the other day, I caught one of them peeing, and occasionally I'll do this. I'll pee on Homie's bed. Now, Homie is our beagle. So for those of you that are, I can't on Facebook, I can't show you because you're hardwired in. But for those, this is Homie. So Homie, say good morning. Say good morning. Yeah, say good morning, boy. So this is Homie. So Homie is our beagle. He's 14 years old. He's just a good old boy and doesn't harm anybody or do anything to anybody, except that sometimes the cats, for some reason, don't like him. They get along great. It's crazy. They get along really, really good, but they just sometimes do stuff. Well, occasionally one of them will pee on Homie's bed. We cannot figure out how to make them. They don't do it often, but sometimes they do it. And it's like, what are they thinking? Why are we doing that? You can't punish a cat because cats don't get it. You punish a cat, that just stresses them out even more. And, so it's like, how do you deal with that? And so this morning, last night. So this is normally Elvis. It's our older cat. He's the one that's the bad boy, naughty boy. But yesterday I saw Princess peeing on my red carpet, and I'm like, "Argh!" So I kept my cool. I didn't yell at her. I think I just caught her at the end, and she saw me and she took off. And I'm like, oh, come on. This is my red carpet. And my heart's broken because my red carpet's been peed on now. So cleaned it as best I could. Well, that's like, what do I do now? Well, this morning I get up and I walk into my training room this morning, and guess, you would not believe what's happened. My cat, and it's the young cat, it's Princess. Her name is Princess. She was not very princess-like last night. She pooped on my red carpet. Pooped on the red carpet. Look at this. I'm gonna show you guys. This is what happened. So here's the deal. I'm rolling the carpet up this morning, and there's at least 3 spots where you can see that she pooped. So I have right here my red carpet. It's all rolled up because my cat pooped on my red carpet. My heart's broken. I don't know what to do about it. But I got BS in my house. Well, it wasn't BS, it was CS. And so I'm like, okay, what do we do here? So I don't know. So I've rolled up my carpet. I've taken it out. It's probably going to go bye-bye because I don't like the fact that they can poop. They can pee on it, and I don't even know. I think they've been peeing on it more than we thought. That's what I think. And I'm like, does our house stink? And we just get used to it. And I don't think it does, but occasionally you'll smell it. And I'm like, that's what it was. And I had the carpet actually taken and got it cleaned one time. That happened in my house. And I'm like, okay, I got to get rid of the carpet. Now, let me ask you a question. How often and how much BS do you have going on in your life? That's the question for today. And I'm going to give you a BS test. There's 2 questions. There's 2 parts to the BS test today. For every single one of you that are watching this, we're going to take the BS test. Good morning for those of you on YouTube. Great to see all you guys. Corpus Christi, Naples, Florida. Awesome. Hugo, Marta. Let's see who else. If you come on, post where you're coming in from. Ashley from Austin. Great to see you. Awesome. For those of you, hey, Monique from Atlanta. Good to see all of you this morning. So let's talk about the BS test, because one of the things that I'm big and adamant about, as I talk about as real estate in my real estate training, is that you should learn how to get yes without the BS. And when I wrote the book of yes, that was one of the reasons I wrote it. And people are like, there's all these real estate scripts. Why do we need another real estate script book? And I'm like, because this is the only one. The only set of scripts out there that doesn't have a bunch of BS in it. And it just irritates me. All right. I'm just like, because when I started real estate, here's what happened. When I started real estate, they give you scripts and they're like, okay, you need to call people and tell them this. So we would call for sale by owner, and they would say, well, bring a buyer. And I would say, okay, well, I don't know if I have a buyer for your house. Let me come see it to see if it works for any of my buyers. And I'm brand new. I don't have any buyers. And I'm like, I don't have any buyers. And they go like, it doesn't matter. That's what you say, because your goal is just to get your foot in the door. Like, okay. And I went and I did it, and I hated myself the whole time doing it. Good morning, Kamisha from Corona. Good morning, Letty from Brunswick, New Jersey. Good to see you guys. So I'm just hating myself using this BS scripts. And that's just one example. And those, you guys in real estate, if you've used other scripts that they give you, you know the BS. Now, if you're going like, I don't know how do I tell if it's BS or not? So we're going to do the BS test. this morning. And there's two parts to the BS test. One is we need to look inside of us and check out, am I full of crap? Am I full of crap or not? Number one. And number two, are you using crap in your business? All right. Thank you, Stephen Losi. Awesome. Hey, Megan from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So are you using, so let's talk first question. Here's the first question. And this is self-check. Get rid of the BS in your life. Get rid of the crap. Get rid of lying to yourself, lying to others in your personal life. And here's the question I want you to ask. This is what I call the BS test for yourself. If my blank heard me say that, would they call BS? If my blank heard me say that, would they call BS? If my spouse, if my wife heard me say what I just told that guy, or what I just told myself, or what I just posted, if my boss saw that. So you fill in the blank. If my boss, my wife, my husband, my kids, my preacher, my priest, my rabbi, my whoever, my neighbor, my best friend, whoever it is, if they heard the person that knows about you the most, that knows you most intimately, that knows that thing about you, if they heard you say that, even something maybe you're saying to yourself, if they knew that you were saying that, they would call BS. And maybe they have called BS, and they just know you're full of crap. Okay, you can always tell. I'm going to tell you a secret. This is real estate. This is real estate strategy tactic. Blow your mind how true this is. So all you real estate agents, here's how you can tell if you're on a listing presentation, or when you're out working with a couple, you can always tell when the husband is full of crap. When the husband's lying, and here's the way you can tell. His wife's body language. That's how you can tell. If the husband is lying, the wife's body language will betray it every single time. And I can't tell you how many times I've been sitting in a listing presentation. Here's how I figured this out. I figured this out because I'm sitting in a listing presentation when I think it was in North Richland Hills in Texas. I'm sitting in a listing presentation. I'm still a relatively new agent, and I'm sitting there and I'm asking him questions, and we're talking, and I asked the husband something or did something, and he starts telling me something that is totally, hey, Jordan from SoCal, he starts telling me something that's totally crap. It's a lie. And his wife, the first thing I noticed was her mouth went like this. Her mouth tightened up. She was biting her lip, like, and then the next thing that happened was this. He's sitting there, he's talking, and all of a sudden he goes. That's what he did. He just watch what I do. He goes like this. And I realized she just gigged him. She elbowed him, or she punched him, or she pinched him, or she stomped on his. She did something. And I just remember watching his body go boop. And I'm like, he just got busted for telling a lie. And his wife caught him, and she was so mad that here's why, because she knows when he's lying, and she's used to him lying, and it irritates her. And that's the way it is with not a husband will not betray his wife. I don't know why it's that way, but for whatever reason, you can't tell that it doesn't work both ways, but it works this way. If you're with a couple and they're talking and the husband starts talking and he's lying, the wife's body language will always betray it. It may be a roll of her eyes. It may be her facial expression. She may fold her arms. She may look away, but her body language will tell you that he is full of crap. So people know when you're full of crap. Husbands, your wife knows. And if you're with a group of friends and you start giving out a bunch of BS, unless your wife is an accomplice in the BS, she will call you out on it. Not intentionally, but subconsciously, her body language will betray you every single time. Good morning, Scotty from Corydon, Indiana. Good to see you. So are you full of BS? And the question is, if your best friend, your wife, your kids, your teacher, whoever, if they heard what you just said or knew what you're thinking, would they call BS? That's the first BS test. The second BS test is your business. And that is, are you using BS in your business? Are you using BS in your scripts, in your conversations, or what you're telling your clients or your prospects or your leads is what you're telling them BS. And that is why I guess the thing I hated most about real estate, besides the rejection, I hated most about real estate was when they tried to get me to use BS scripts, because I'm like, this is BS. Well, how do you know if it's BS? So I want you to take, if you're using any scripts besides this, right? If you're using any scripts besides this, not all scripts are bad. So I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm just, these are the best, but there are other scripts that are okay, but not the BS ones. So how do you know if it's BS? And here's how you know it. If the person I'm talking to, if the person I'm using the script on knew what I was really thinking or what my real motivation was in saying that or asking that or telling them that statistic or that bogus statistic, BS, bogus statistics. I hated them giving us bogus statistics and telling us to use those on leads or on prospects. Is tell them this, and it was total BS. Tell them that my marketing plan is this, and your marketing plan is the magic and it's the secret. Well, that's total BS. Your marketing plan is not the secret. Getting a house sold. You know, I got a 117-point marketing plan, and you need to hire me because mine will do what nobody else's marketing plan will do. And then every trainer that tells you that you need to have this big fancy marketing plan will then get up and tell you, now don't tell the sellers this, but your marketing plan is a bunch of crap. It doesn't really do anything. You just got to price it right and put it on the MLS and it will sell. And there's more to it than that. But the point is, all the people, the trainers, the coaches out there that are telling you to use this BS marketing crap and telling sellers stuff that's crap, telling clients and prospects stuff that really does not matter, or deceiving them, bait and switch, or whatever it is, it's BS. Here's the test. If that prospect knew what I was actually saying, if they knew my motivation behind why I'm saying it, if they knew the truth behind what I'm saying, would they be pissed off? Would they think I was peeing on their red carpet? And if that's the case, it's BS. Don't ever use it. Don't ever say it. And here's the good news. The good news is you can master getting yes without the BS. Thank you for the thumbs up. If you guys are agreeing with this, if you're soaking this up, let me see some thumbs up, some hearts. Even some mad faces would be fine with me because it just irritates the crap out of me when we see that. And you can get yes without the BS. This book, I created it to be BS free. This is a no BS zone. That's what your sellers want. They don't want BS. They want the truth. Why then would we ever use BS? Oh, I'm going to tell you why we use BS. It's easier. It's easier to use BS. Okay, I call it for sale by owner. He says, bring me a buyer. And I go like, oh, well, let me come see if your house is a match for one of my buyers. Well, that's an easy way to get your foot in the door. It's not true because you don't have a buyer, but it's easy. It's a shortcut. Okay. It's a lot harder to say, well, I appreciate that. And they go like, do you have a buyer for my house? Bring me a buyer. I'll pay you 3%. Do you have a buyer for my house? Well, I'm not calling today because I have a buyer for your house. Well, then I don't want to talk to you. See, we don't want to say that because we're afraid. Well, the key is you got to know what to say and how to say it so that you can get yes without the BS. And when you get yes without the BS, your yeses are going to be a higher quality yes because they're saying yes to the truth, not to something that's a bunch of crap that later on they're going to find out about, and they're going to distrust you, and they're going to distrust realtors in general. And ladies and gentlemen, that is why our industry has such a bad reputation. It's because of BS. You say you're going to do something, you don't do it. That's BS. You tell them something that ain't true. That's BS. You tell them that this is important when it's really not. That's BS. You bait and switch them. That's BS. You give them bogus statistics. That's BS. You give them plastic credibility pieces that you do things that try to make you look good and use false credibility pieces, or credibility pieces that are supposed to look good, like certifications and expert stuff that really isn't founded on any true expertise. That's BS. You don't need all that, my friend. You don't need it. Okay, what is your credibility based on? Integrity, the truth, that you care, that you're committed, and that you're competent to deliver them the best results. And when you know, look, here's what you do. You find out what your client wants. You find out what your client wants. Now, if it's a seller, here's what every seller wants. They want their house sold. for the most amount of money in the best amount of time with the least amount of hassle. You find out what they want, and then you become better at delivering that result than anyone else in your market. How do I do that? You got to get good. You got to get trained. You got to get coached. Well, it's easier to just go with the BS approach, right? But the problem with BS approach is it keeps you living in crap. Greatness is built on a foundation of integrity, is built on a foundation of character, of courage, of caring, of compassion, and of competence. That is what I'm calling you to today. Tom Elkins, bad scripts, yes, bait, and so all that is BS. So we don't need it. Let's just, this is a call to the industry. Let's get rid of the BS. Let's change you want to change the reputation of our industry with the public? Get rid of the BS. Now, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is the industry's reputation is not going to change because the industry is bigger than all of us, and the industry is not going to get rid of the BS. It's just not going to happen. It's just like kind of like look into NAR or look into our big companies to solve the problem and get rid of the BS is kind of like looking to Washington, D.C. to solve all of your problems. It ain't going to happen. No help is coming. It's on you, and you make the difference. You raise the bar. You become the person that people can count on, that shoots straight, and that wins. And when you're operating with no BS in your business, it's also much more congruent and easier to live with no BS in your life. You allow a little BS in one part of your life, you will allow it in another because you get used to the stink and you start thinking it's normal, and it ain't normal and it's not okay. And I just had to get rid of my red carpet today because my cat peeing on it and pooping on it is not okay. And I love my red carpet, spent a lot of money on it. And then I spent a lot of money to have it cleaned. And I take it to the cleaner again, but when I bring it back, I know it's a poop magnet for my cats now. And so it's got to go because I'm not going to allow crap in my house, except in the litter box. That's where it belongs. So all your crap, you know where it belongs. Keep it there, but don't take it to your clients. Don't take it to your friends. Don't take it into your life. You got to get rid of the crap. All right, guys, if that ain't enough for you today, then come back tomorrow. So guys, thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks. Share this with people that you know. If you're on YouTube, if you've not subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel. You get this happening at least 2 or 3 days a week on YouTube, Facebook. This is Monday through Friday, Kevin at 7. I love to come share with you guys. If you've got questions, if you got something you want me to talk about, you can PM me on, you can comment on the YouTube video, or you can comment here, or you can private message me. And I'll be happy to take into consideration and create a future Kevin at 7 conversation from your suggestions. Play to win, always expect yes. And remember that your responsibility is to get yes without the BS.